Alright, we'll see you later.
Do people do things just because that's how they've always been done? Do you ever wonder if there's another way you can live your life? I want to share our story with you because I believe you always have a choice, and it's not too crazy or too early to try something different. Today, I'm heading to the local market to pick up some fruits and veggies, so I thought I'd take you along and to be a reminder that there are other ways you can live your life. It's been 3 months since we moved from Canada to Thailand, and we've managed to secure long-term accommodation, buy a car, have our son start at his new school, which he is really enjoying, and make a few new friends. I make all that sound really easy, but there were many challenges along the way. Why did we do this? Why did we leave our comfortable lives for a foreign country with only a few bags of belongings? Why did we do all of this with a toddler, an infant, and a dog? Well, it all started about 6 years ago when the concept of alternative, non-traditional lifestyles was introduced to us. The idea of spending our days pursuing passions, moving at a slower pace, and to put it simply, having the ability to choose what we want to do when we want to do it. Now, before I go any further, I also thought it was a crazy and unachievable concept, especially being in my early 30s and living in a large metropolitan where life seemed pretty prescribed. But as we researched it more, my wife and I discovered that there was a large global community of people that had either made this lifestyle change already or were at various stages along the way of achieving it. People from all walks of life, different career and educational backgrounds, and from all corners of the world. It seemed like if you commit to it and put your mind to it, anyone could make the change. Following that initial introduction, we didn't put much more thought into pursuing that lifestyle. My wife was enjoying her job and spent time on things that were interesting to her. And my career was progressing well, and I was still living in my childhood neighborhood, so I was comfortable and familiar with all aspects of my life. It wasn't until our son was born when we began to think more about our future and how we wanted to raise our family. We knew that the typical North American way included children entering daycare at an early age, while the parents worked long and hard to support the family. We also learned that the early years of a child's life are the most important from a developmental perspective, and that's when the child needs their parents the most. So with that in mind, we set out with a goal to be as present as possible, as early as possible in our son's life, and to create lasting memories along the way, of course. In order to be able to do this, we had to relocate to a country with a lower cost of living, where we could spend less time working and more time living. We knew that there were specific areas of the world that were more accommodating to raise young children, so, like you are doing now, we watched a ton of YouTube videos of families who have done similar moves. We eventually narrowed in on Portugal and Thailand as countries that seemed to fit our criteria. After multiple scouting trips to experience them firsthand, we decided that Thailand, and specifically Chiang Mai, was going to be our landing spot. And from here, the process started to pick up momentum. With our eyes fixed on Thailand, we were able to start looking into specifics such as visas and schools and how to plan financially for such an adventure. On top of it all, we were also doing family planning, and ultimately we welcomed our second child, our daughter, into the world just a few months before we ended up heading overseas. During this lead-up time, we had our doubts and we had our disagreements. We worked through setbacks and stresses, and there were many times when we thought this could all just be a huge mistake. We wouldn't miss the harsh Canadian winters, but we would miss our family and friends. But we knew that we had to keep pushing if we wanted to achieve our goal. We both really wanted to at least try to make it work, and if we were going to do it, the best time was now. The first few months here in Thailand have had their ups and downs as we continue to integrate ourselves into our new surroundings, and only time will tell if Thailand is right for us. Until then, we'll continue to live life at large, and remember, it's not too early or too crazy to choose the life you want to live. Thanks for watching. Stay tuned for more updates.